This picture was taken during the East Los Angeles blowouts in March of 1968. The East Los Angeles blowouts were Chicano student-organized walkouts to protest the poor quality of their schools. These walkouts, which quickly became known as blowouts, lasted from March 1st, 1968 to October 1968, and occurred in schools throughout the East LA area. The Mexican-American community had the highest high school dropout rate and lowest college attendance among any other ethnic group. There was a constant hostile atmosphere surrounding Chicano students due to the underestimation of student capabilities by teachers and the poor facilities. Students, activists, and teachers were fed up with their situation, so they met up and discussed the best option to change their situation. They decided that pressuring the student board was the best action they could take to comply with their demands for education reform. Various students and groups, such as the Brown Berets and United Mexican American Students, developed 36 demands to bring forward to the Board of Education. Among these demands were to include bilingual bicultural education, Latino teachers and administrators, smaller classroom sizes, better facilities, and the revision of textbooks to include Mexican American history. East LA students were angered by the denial to any form of freedom within their school. Many schools kept their students fenced in, which students found to represent a prison to them. With these limitations, students felt like prisoners and realized the extent of distrust within the school administration towards the Chicano students. However, none of their demands were met, thus beginning the start to the walkouts. By walking out, the students were targeting the schools financially due to the fact that Los Angeles public schools were paid based on the number of students in each class. The first walkout to occur was at Wilson High with 300 students walking out. 4 days later, 2,000 students walked out of Garfield High. The next day, 2,700 walked out carrying leaflets about education reform. After March 8th, 10 to 15,000 students from the main 5 East LA schools, plus Lincoln and Jefferson, held a rally at Hazard Park. Common signs read, Chicano Power and Viva la Raza. The students returned to school after a week of protesting due to the board allowing amnesty to those involved, such as students and administrators. Throughout the walks, many of those involved were arrested, beaten, and humiliated by the police force. Among those who were targeted, Sal Castro and Moctezuma Esparza were the most well-known. Picket lines were held in front of the Hall of Justice to ratify the release of the 13 who were held in contempt. They were supported by Black nationalists, the SDS, Senator Robert Kennedy, and Cesar Chavez. By October 1968, the board began to hire more Chicano teachers and administrators. Unfortunately, change was not immediately apparent in high schools. However, a significant increase occurred in the college recruitment of Latinos. Although only a few of the demands were met, these blowouts empowered and unified the Chicano community, making it a political force and pivotal event to occur in the Chicano movement. I believe the creator of this image was trying to capture the energy and empowerment that the Chicanos and their supporters felt when trying to make a difference within their communities and eliminating the racism that was present in their daily lives. My personal connection with this image is through my own Chicano background. Without the Chicano movement and all of the great sacrifices they made, people like myself would not be able to have the educational opportunities that many other Chicanos were denied the right to many years ago. The Chicano civil rights movement helped bring a sense of empowerment and pride throughout the Mexican American population.